Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we actually have quite a bit of interesting news coming out off of here when it comes to the Xbox and PlayStation 5. So as you guys probably have heard, or at least seen, because we even made some videos on it on our channel, there actually was a pretty big Xbox/Microsoft conference that actually went to happen as of, well, yesterday. And ever since then, there's actually been a lot more interesting information that's going to come on out. And in all honesty, a lot of the stuff that actually was kind of somewhat big highlights and big promotions during the Xbox conference is funny enough also just basically coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So I'm going to go talk about that and kind of bring up quite a few different things. And as well, there is some of the really, really bad news when it comes to, well, one of the bigger franchises out there too as well, Starfield. So when it comes to all that stuff, we have a lot of things to go bring up, a lot of things to go talk about, a lot of things to discuss in between the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. And overall, if you guys are more of a PlayStation fan, it's kind of good news. If you guys are more of an Xbox fan, not necessarily really the world's worst news, but could definitely be a little bit better. And as well, if you guys are brand new, obviously give your thoughts and comments down below, and as well, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. As well, for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway, we have the Amazon links down below, we have the Twitter and Twitch room down below, we have the Weebles and everything else as well down below, and let's go dive in the video itself. So with this one, like I said, we actually had some pretty intriguing stuff. More first and foremost, this one was a little bit of a given. So this is in regards to the brand new big AAA game itself, where when it comes to, well, Starfield. So were we expecting this game to actually come out on the PS4, PS5? In all honesty, I'm sure there was some people out there on Twitter, some people out there on maybe Reddit, or wherever it may be, that had that maybe very, very small smidgen of hope, but as officially confirmed when it came to all the conference and stuff like that, I'm sure you guys saw, it's just not happening. So Starfield on the PS4 and PS5 just isn't actually fully happening, and that's all officially confirmed from the event itself. So we kind of knew that, we kind of picked up on that pretty quickly, but the one big thing to note is that, well, when they were kind of probably trying to start making this, for Bethesda like a few years ago when it first started being made, we're pretty sure that this game was going to be multi-plat. So Starfield was announced before Microsoft actually was even bought out by Bethesda, and I think that's why a lot of folks are even had that very small smidgen of chance and a little smidgen of hope, because it wouldn't make sense timeline-wise, because it obviously, this is kind of like for some of the games like, say, Ghostwire Tokyo or Deathloop, where they actually were essentially contracted out already to be bought, to be utilized and be PlayStation exclusives. So you would maybe, a lot of people were on that very, very big grasping for straws, where when it came to, well, the Bethesda connection with PlayStation, that they were like, well, maybe this actually would work out at the end of the day. So that's why I think that was still a bit of a stretch. Now, that would make a lot of sense to me, because there's always that chance, or maybe they had a worked-in deal. So even during the event, a lot of folks were like, well, is there that small baby chance it may show up over there too as well? And even even more people were intrigued on that too, because even the PlayStation boss, Jim Ryan, seemed unsure to begin with, saying that Starfield being on the PS4, PS5 was a decision that is out of our hands. We'll wait and see what happens. Though, when it comes to Xbox too, they were kind of giving conflicting signals too as well. And this kind of goes and ties into a lot of the other games too, where a lot more of them are actually shown up on the PlayStation than we thought. It's basically with Xbox saying there are Xbox brands on other platforms. Minecraft didn't stop existing on anything when Mojang got bought by Microsoft. It's not a sorry, you're never going to get to play anything on PlayStation again. Many took that suggest that Starfield actually might have a chance in PlayStation. However, Xbox marketing general Aaron Greenberg quickly shut down that talk right now, saying Starfield will be launching exclusively on the Xbox Series X and S and PC. Now, a lot of folks are in that same boat too as well, but basically a lot of folks are like, hey, even after Todd Howard's like, hey, if you want to limit people in the game, it's not going to be as good. So it does kind of seem like there is a big reason why a lot of folks are out there, and there also was even having rumors that Sony were trying to negotiate their exclusivity in the months before Microsoft swooped in and bought the entire company. So, I mean, it would make sense for Xbox. They dropped like $9 billion to make it happen. So, at the end of the day, that's, good, because, I mean, they spent their money. They probably want to try to make their money back and get Game Pass subscribers and everything else. But at the end of the day, it would have been kind of cool if we could have PlayStation folks get it. Now, for me, I have a PC myself, so I'll probably just go in and playing Starfield on PC in general. So at the end of the day, I can kind of roll with it. I'm not going to feel too bad about it. I'll probably have a fun time with it, but it would be kind of a nice vibe if, we could have played it all around. Now, this may actually still show up to PlayStation maybe a year or two on from there, although when I first started Starfield in terms of their animations, it wasn't really the best. At the end of the day, I wasn't fully in, I was on the middle. I was on a very big middle when it came to the game itself. Now, am I happy with the game? Yes. Am I excited to play the game? Yes, but like I'm sure if you guys even have PlayStation, it may not be the biggest loss. But some of the other big things though to kind of note is that a lot of these other big games that they're trying to push for are also coming for the PS5. So even Persona, which is like, the more weeb game that was highlighted up on the Xbox conference, and they try to promote it and be like, oh my god, it's coming to Game Pass. Well, funny enough, all these, Persona 3, Persona 4, and also I believe Persona 5, are all good for PlayStation 5. Although sadly not mentioned for PS4, but it does actually kind of seem like they're all pretty much confirmed over here for this one, and they are going to be coming to PlayStation 5. This was a very, very, like, I would almost want to say niche, but mega niche, where the fan base is insanely big, especially you guys are more in the weeb culture. You guys enjoy the anime type style game too as well, and on top of that too, on everything else has been going pretty good. So while this was a huge announcement for Microsoft, it's even kind of more of a casual one, or even PlayStation themselves are like, well, yeah, you're gonna get it. And it wasn't even announced in like a state of play or anything else. It just was like, yeah, you guys will have a chance to go get it. So it was a little bit more on the laid back side too. But as well, one of the really, really big games too on top of this was actually, I think, probably my closet, maybe like number 2 or number 3 biggest game from the Xbox conference, which is the Wulong. Now, if you guys actually didn't see the Wulong Fallen Dynasty, this game was the very intriguing one that was made by the same folks who made Nioh, and as well, I believe, Bloodborne. So as you guys know, Bloodborne's a very beloved game, and we've been hearing the rumors and leaks for a potential Bloodborne remake at some point in the near future, or, Bloodborne 2. And it's probably one of the most anticipated games, at least in my mind, that I want to play. So it actually has been apparently confirmed now, and this is like, once again, why the Xbox conference actually apparently wasn't as good as we were expecting. Because, we're seeing things like Persona still showing up on PS5 or Wulong, and this one I thought was going to be like a crazy, crazy game in general. So that's why I'm like somewhat intrigued, because why would you want to really promote out a game that's all going to be up on PlayStation? Although it is going to be on Game Pass, which is probably why. But at the end of the day, it kind of seems like a lot of the PlayStation 5 folk out there aren't really missing out as much as we were thinking. So it's now been confirmed by Team Ninja's new IP. Wulong Fallen Dynasty will also be releasing on the PS5 and PS4 in early 2023. The game, which looks a lot like the Nioh series, was announced yesterday for a Day 1 Xbox Game Pass release, as taken up for publisher Koei Tecmo to reveal Sony's platforms will also be treated to the game that is at the full price. So, there is still a benefit, don't get me wrong, for them having it on Game Pass and getting the early, very cheap, like either part of your subscription / $10 just to check out the game. And this is going to be a really cool game to me. This is probably like the closet hit for this one. And development is also being headed up by Bloodborne's producer Miyazaki Wamagawa and Nioh producer Fukigo Yasuda, and a dark fantasy set in the chaotic Three Kingdoms period. And this game to me was looking great. So once again though, this kind of seems like a lot of the Xbox games that we thought were going to be more on the exclusive side are actually once again pushed a little bit more on even the PS5, same with Persona and all this. And as well, even on the Overwatch 2 side too, funny enough, it does actually seem like they're still going to be having the free-to-play access on the PS5, even though this is an actual Activision game. And as you guys know, although it hasn't been fully finalized, they want to put like $70 billion to make sure this that Microsoft can be bought out for them, or by them. So apparently also this as well, Overwatch 2's play of the game is going to be now free-to-play on the PS5 and PS4. And this also has early access also scheduled to go underway from the 4th of October. The previous Overwatch game was a full price release, but this as well, it does also have them switch into free to play. We can't wait to roll at the beginning of the Overwatch 2 experience on the 4th of October. It's just an exciting new competitive version too as well. And now lastly but not least too, once again for a nice little pro PS5, I guess we're just PS5 shows at this point, the Corey, funny enough, which I actually just finished up playing on Twitch for the PS5 and PS4 physical sales, actually ran away with over 84% of all the physical sales. So the latest UK bestseller list is actually in, telling us which games people have been buying in brick and mortar stores, and this was kind of a crazy one because the Corey actually arrived at number 4 on the chart, selling the most copies on PS4 and PS5. So combined, the platforms commanded an 84% share on the title's debut sales, and we would say that Game Pass is affecting physical sales, but again, it actually isn't even on the service yet. So apparently just a lot of these folks out there just never wanted to go buy it up on Xbox itself, or maybe they're just more doing it on a PC run, or maybe digitally downloading. There's always a chance for that one. But it does kind of take away a lot of the things, because even PS4 and PS5 folks, don't forget they also have the digital PS5 too as well. So it's kind of crazy to go and see how well these numbers have actually been doing in the first place too as well, and apparently just on how lackluster a lot of these Xbox games gamers are for even buying games. Although it did have a nice little 4th release number, which I would say is actually pretty good in the overall numbers for the game itself. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments on this down below. It actually does kind of seem like that the Xbox conference was still good, just not as good as we were expecting. So kind of give me your thoughts and comments down below on all of this. And as well, if any of you guys are brand new, make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well for the brand new PlayStation 5 giveaway. Amazon links down below for the PS5 itself, and the Target links as well, and the Twitter and Twitch if you guys want to follow. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more videos, and hopefully my call will be a little bit better too as well. Love you guys.